peace, stress free, let it be.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Ashley and today we are going to be setting some new goals for 2022. I know it's like the end of January, but better late than never, I guess, right? So I love setting New Year's goals or New Year's resolutions or whatever because I feel like it gives me a really clear picture of like how I want my year to go and the things that I want to like strive to achieve, I guess. So the way that I like to do it and the way that I did it in my video last year when I set my new goals for 2021 is that I go over the goals from the last year, talk about if I accomplished them or if I didn't and like why I think I didn't or why I know I didn't if I do know the reason why. And then I take those things into consideration and set some new goals for the new year. So that is what we're going to be doing in today's video. So if you want to see if I accomplished my goals or why I did not accomplish my goals from 2021, and if you want to see what new goals I'm going to be setting for myself in 2022, make sure you keep watching this video, and if you like it, you feel inspired by it, whatever, it was just entertaining, be sure to give me a thumbs up down below so that I know. And also feel free to comment one of your New Year's goals or New Year's resolutions for 2022 down in the comments below. And if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this or from me and you want to follow along throughout 2022 to see if I accomplished these goals or not, then feel free to subscribe down below. Alright, let's just jump right into it. Let's go over the list from 2021. So in 2021, I had 7 goals that I was trying to achieve. The first and most important one, in my opinion, is 1,000 friends here on YouTube. I was trying to reach 1,000 friends by the end of the year, and I actually hit 1,000 in October, so that was very, very exciting. I did a big giveaway for that and everything. So exciting. I'm just like so happy and like thankful to have you all here. You don't even know like how much you all mean to me. Like, I love you all so much. Anyways, number 1 on our list gets a check mark, a big check mark. We did that. Moving on, each year I try to set some kind of new travel goal. So in 2021, my second goal of the year was to travel to 2 new states. I'm going to get a big old check mark because I traveled to Atlanta, Georgia for the first time ever to like have a little girls weekend with my mom. And then in February 2021, I traveled to Sundance / Springfield, Utah as like a little anniversary trip with my boyfriend and also with some of his family for a little vacay. And I had been to Salt Lake City, Utah, but it was for like a day, so I don't really count that because I didn't really get to do anything. Oh, I also just took a road trip from Los Angeles to my hometown in Ohio, and I went through a ton of states that I have never been to, but I don't really count it because I didn't really like go to them, but like I went through them. I don't know if that counts or not, but it's just something that I did. Moving on to number 3, my goal was to reduce more waste, and honestly I don't feel like I did that. At the end of 2020, I did a big like 20 zero waste swaps that I made in 2020 video. I'll link it right here if you want to go check it out. And while I maintained those zero waste switches, I feel like I didn't make any new ones really, except for maybe like zero waste floss. I'm trying to think. I feel like I didn't do a great job of that one, so I'm gonna say that I did not do it. I'm gonna give myself an X in pink so it's still pretty. Why I don't think I accomplished it? That's a good question. I don't really know. I feel like I just wasn't as focused on it as I should have been. Anyways, moving on to number 4, my goal was to start a business. I wrote this and had like no idea of, I have like business ideas like every 10 minutes. Like I'm like, oh, this should be a business, this should be a business. I have no idea how to go about executing that thought though. So like one of my biggest dreams in the world is to have a zero waste grocery store that includes like everything a normal grocery store would have, like literally everything, because I feel like zero waste stores are so like, I don't know what the word is. They're just like lacking a lot of options, I think. And as somebody who likes a lot of stuff, I also like to have a lot of options. So that's one of my biggest dreams, and I did actually start planning that out kind of in the beginning of the year, like how I would do that. But I just had no way of knowing how to like execute that. So obviously I did not open a zero waste grocery store, but that was kind of what I had in mind when I wrote that goal. I did almost start another business, but I got really overwhelmed and just didn't do it. That's a problem I have too frequently, but I wrote this goal with like no game plan of how I was going to achieve it, so it wasn't a really like well thought out goal in my opinion. So we will just give that an X. Moving on to number 5, my goal was to continue learning Spanish and Portuguese. I just didn't do it. That was not my focus for the year. I was more focused on improving my mental health in 2021 because it was not so great. And also improving like my physical health and stuff like that through like exercising, like yoga and pole dancing and stuff like that, which also contribute to my mental health. So yeah, and I think I also learned that I'm just a better like in-class learner, and so like learning on like apps and like through YouTube videos and stuff like that is just like not my vibe. So I was looking for like Spanish classes that I could take, but I couldn't find a lot of them. The ones I could find were very expensive, so maybe I'll try to find some like online tutor kind of situation. I don't really know, but yeah, I definitely need in-person classes, and that created a little bit of a struggle in accomplishing this goal, which is why I did not accomplish it. So sadly, we're gonna give an X. I did so bad at these goals. Oh my gosh, what was I doing the whole year? My sixth goal was to finish my Invisalign, which is a goal that I carried over from 2020 because I did not finish my Invisalign in 2020 either. And I've had it, like I said, since I was 16 years old. And the orthodontist said it was only gonna take 6 months to complete it. And here we are, nearly 10 years later, still not done. Reasons I don't think I accomplished it are, one, I just like eat a lot throughout the day, kind of like snacking and stuff like that, and you can't eat with it, and then you have to like wash it every single time, and it's just like so annoying. I should have just gotten regular braces. Anyway, it's just like really inconvenient for me. And then I try to wear them at night, but for some reason, well, they hurt my mouth really bad when I wear them, first of all, because I don't wear them throughout the day. Obviously, I'm only wearing them for like 6 to 8 hours a day. So I wake up and my mouth is really hurting, and there are just some days that I just don't want my mouth hurting in the morning, which is most days, honestly. But then for some reason, whenever I wear them, I'm just like so tired that I like either sleep through my alarm or like wake up, turn my alarm off, and then go back to sleep. And it's only when I'm wearing my Invisalign. I don't know what it is. But long story short, we did not accomplish that goal either. You know what? This list was off to a strong start, and now it's just pink X's all over the place because my final goal for 2021 was to try 5 new foods. So if you're new here or you just haven't seen my other videos, I have an eating disorder called Avoidant Restrictive Food Intake Disorder, or ARFID for shorts. And basically as a result of that, my diet sucks, and I eat a very limited selection of foods, like maybe 10-15 foods max. So I try to try new foods every year just to add to that little by little. I mean, it's not a huge improvement, but at least a little bit. And let's see, what did I try this year? I tried cream cheese and loved it. I'm obsessed with cream cheese now. I feel like I made a list actually. Oh, I tried ranch dressing and loved it. I tried it with like buffalo fries and like buffalo chicken. Oh my gosh, amazing. I thought I hated ranch dressing. Like, I thought it was like repulsive, and then I accidentally got it on my thing and I was too embarrassed to go ask for them to switch it, so I just tolerated it and was like, I'm just gonna suck it up and eat it. And I took a bite and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I completely forgot that I tried that. But yeah, to summarize, I only tried 2 new foods, and to be honest, they're not really even foods. They're like a condiment. And is cream cheese a food? Cream cheese is not a food. I don't know what it is though. A spread, I guess. But 2 is not 5, so it's an X on that one too. So in conclusion, for 2021, I only accomplished my first 2 out of 7 goals that I set for myself for the year. But on the bright side, at least I accomplished any of them. I mean, 2 is better than 0, so I'm glad that I even got those 2, honestly. Now that we have recapped our 2021 goals, it is time to set some new goals for 2022. So my very first goal is YouTube related. Again, I feel a little bit weird setting this goal because I feel like it's a stretch, but also like aim high, you know what I mean? Maybe if I put it out there into the universe, I can manifest it. So my very first goal of 2022 is to get 5,000 friends here on this channel. I adore all nearly 1,300 of you that I have here now, but how great would it be to grow and expand this ever-developing friend group that we have going on here? I think it would be pretty great, so I'm setting a goal of 5,000 friends. It makes me a little bit nervous to set that goal because I'm scared I'm not gonna hit it. But I'm putting it out into the universe. So universe, if you're listening, if you could help a girl out, That would be so great. But with that being said, if you are new here and you're not subscribed, or if you've watched my other videos and you are just not subscribed, feel free to subscribe to help me reach my goal of 5,000 friends by the end of 2022. Just putting that out there, no pressure. I'm just saying, like, if you want to be a part of it, you know, the option is there. Moving on to number 2, like I said, I always try to set some kind of travel goal for myself, and I realized that by saying like travel to 2 new countries or travel to 2 new states, I was really restricting myself, because then the next year if I said travel to 2 new states but I wanted to go to a different city within a state that I've already been to, it wouldn't really count as a new state. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just felt like that was really restricting and really limiting. So I decided to set my goal for 2022 to visit 2 new cities, because that also gives me the freedom to go to new cities in California that I've never been to. California is a beautiful state, obviously, and I would like to see as much of it as possible. So now with my goal of 2 new cities, it's way less restricting, basically. Moving on to number 3, it is an influencer related goal. I don't consider myself an influencer, but I do post a lot of content here on YouTube, on Instagram, and kind of a lot on TikTok, but mostly YouTube and Instagram are my 2 that I post the most on. And obviously I create the content because I enjoy it and I love doing it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't like doing it, but it would be nice to get some kind of like reward from doing it, I guess. So my 3rd goal for 2022 is to get 5 brand deals, whether it be on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Just work with 5 brands, whether it's consistently or like one post or whatever. I actually did one in November on Instagram and it was pretty cool. It was just like a gifted collab, but it was fun. And it kind of inspired me to want to do more, I guess. So as somebody who's only ever done one brand collab ever, I'm setting my goals a little bit high with 5, but we'll see how it works out. I don't know. Again, just putting it out into the universe. We'll see how it goes at the end of the year, I guess. So moving on, like I said, in 2021, I was really focused on my like mental health and my physical health and just overall like self-care. And honestly, I feel like 2021 was like the first time in my life that I ever kind of prioritized that. But I noticed by the end of 2021, I was just feeling so good about everything. So I wanted to carry that into 2022 by establishing some kind of like daily routine that prioritizes self-care, whether that be a morning routine, a night routine, a morning and a night routine. I don't really know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I feel so much more put together when I have some kind of like organization and routine to my life. So I really want something that is put together that prioritizes self-care, because again, that's just been very important to me lately. Number 5 is a little bit of a sad one, but like it's good for me. It's just like sad to do. I feel like I'm prefacing that all wrong. It's not like a sad thing. I am a chronic shopaholic. I always turn to retail therapy when I'm feeling sad or bored or literally any emotion, happy, excited, any emotion that I'm feeling. Retail therapy is always the solution or the reward for it. And I noticed in 2021, my monthly spending was through the roof. And it's mostly because in the beginning of 2021, I was going through some mental health shit, like pretty bad. And to cope with that, I was shopping a lot. As you probably saw if you've been here for a little bit with my hauls and stuff like that. Which, don't get me wrong, I got some very cute clothes out of it. Got some cool hauls out of it. But my bank account was in a lot of pain. And I kind of carried that throughout the year, even though I wasn't as like depressed or anxious or whatever. I just constantly felt like I needed things. Like I needed to buy things, whether they were essential or non-essential things. Most of them were non-essential, but I was just spending an outrageous amount of money. So I am trying to set a goal for 2022 to spend no more than $500 a month, and that includes essential things like my vitamins, stuff like that. Not like bills or anything like that, but just like things that I buy for myself. So either essential or non-essential, so clothes, stuff like that. $500, I understand, is still a lot to spend monthly, but compared to what I was spending monthly, it is a huge improvement, and you know, baby steps. And this is a huge step for me, but yeah, no more than $500 a month. We're gonna try to stick to that one. That's an important one. Moving on to goal number 6, we are bringing back trying new foods, but because 5 seemed a little bit intimidating, I think, to me last year, we are bringing it down to trying 3 new foods. They don't have to be vegetables, it can just be any food that I have never eaten before. Number 7, I think, is also really important because, like I said, I create a lot of content for Instagram and for YouTube and sometimes for TikTok. But for TikTok, I create a lot of content and then I like never post it because I don't know why. I'm just like worried about what people like think of me. I'm always worried about what people think of me. Like, it's always in my mind and it's so annoying. So my 7th goal for 2022 is to just post my content, whether that be a YouTube video that I think isn't gonna do well. I should just post it anyways. I mean, I usually do, but sometimes there have been times that I do not make videos because I'm just like, oh, nobody's gonna want to see that. But you never know what people are gonna want to see. So my goal for this year is to just post it. Post the stupid Instagram picture, post the stupid TikTok that you think people are gonna judge you for, whatever. It's just so important to post your content. You never know what's gonna do well, what people are gonna like. Honestly, the videos that I've made here on YouTube that have done really, really well were not the ones that I expected to do really, really well. So I think I'm learning from that, and I also just want to learn to like not give a fuck about what other people think. Like, literally, who cares? It's my own life, and if I want to make the content and I want to post the content, then I'm gonna post the fucking content. So that is my 7th goal for 2022. Just post the fucking content. And number 8 is one that I was probably gonna do anyways, but I just wanted to like make it a clear goal. And that is to learn at least 1 new skill. I have ADHD, so a lot of times I end up learning new skills accidentally. Like, it's just something that I feel like doing. And then I'm like, oh, hey, I didn't know how to do that, and now I do know how to do that. Like, in November, the end of November, like literally the last week of November, I spent 3 days maybe learning how to animate so that I could make my Vlogmas intro and outro. And I just like randomly learned how to animate. Like, it was just so random. I can't think of any other skills that I learned in 2021, but I think on average I'm learning like 2 to 4 maybe skills a year, just because I cannot stick with things. I'm just always interested in new things, which is not a bad thing. It's an expensive habit, let me tell you, or I guess an expensive symptom of ADHD. But yeah, I just wanted to make it a clear thing to learn at least 1 new skill, and I'm actually currently deciding what that first skill that I'm going to learn is going to be. I'm sure there's going to be more. Yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning towards crocheting, honestly. I don't know why. I want to make a sweater, but I'm not 100% on that. So we will see how it goes. I will end up making a video about the new skill that I learn, I guess. And that is it. That's all of my goals that I'm setting for myself for 2022. 8 goals seems like a lot, seems a little bit intimidating. 1 more goal than last year, and I only accomplished 2 out of those 7. But I'm gonna go into this believing in myself and thinking and knowing that I can do these. Honestly, even if you don't accomplish your goals or meet your New Year's resolutions, whatever, even goals that you set for yourself any other time of the year, it doesn't have to be the beginning of the year, but even not accomplishing them, even just attempting to accomplish them, takes you to that next level. Like, you're at least taking steps towards where you want to be. Like, change isn't an immediate thing, but every attempt that you make to make those changes that you want to make in your life or in your habits or whatever just like makes you that much better and that much closer to achieving it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's something that I have to keep in mind as well, because a lot of times when I don't meet goals that I set for myself, I feel like I like failed or whatever, but that's not the case, because the fact that I even tried at all just makes me that much better than I was when I set the goal. You know what I mean? I keep saying that, sorry, but you know. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope that you're setting some really amazing goals for yourself too, and I wish you all the luck in the world that you accomplish them. I believe in you, I have faith in you, and just remember that even if you don't accomplish them this year, that does not mean you won't accomplish them next year or the year after, but even just attempting to accomplish them this year, it just takes you that next step higher than where you were at when you set them. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up down below so that I know. If you haven't set goals for yourself, maybe this video could inspire you. You can even steal some of my goals if you want, honestly. Take them. They're yours. It's fine. But if you have set some goals for yourself, or you're like thinking of goals now, feel free to comment down below one of the goals that you're going to be setting for yourself this year. And if you like this video and you want to see more like this and from me and or you want to contribute to my first goal of the year of reaching 5,000 friends by the end of the year, then feel free to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I would love to have you here. I think you'd have a great time. Now I'm just selling you on it, so yeah. But I would really love having you here, honestly. Okay, yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Bye!